Welcome to Bonding Over Bourbon. You know, there's no beating around the bush. Times are tough right now.
And maybe you're not hunting as much as you once were.
Or maybe you're not spending as much on each bottle that you would have before while you were hunting.
That's why we created a list of 12 different value bottles to still scratch that itch.
Yeah, these are going to be 12 bottles that won't break the bank,
but won't sacrifice flavor.
Ready to get into it?
Let's go. All right, number 1. This one is a goodie coming out from 1792. It's their small batch.
Yeah, so this has been one that we kind of circle around back to every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's delicious, it's approachable. I can't remember how old it is, but the price kind of varies on this. We've seen it as high as like $35. We just picked this one up at our local Binny's for like $24.
$24, not bad. Yeah. And it has such good flavor to it as well.
Yeah, we get like a little bit of like banana, a little bit of caramel, peanut. Yeah, it's got a lot going for it. And at, what is it, 45 proof? 46.85, very specific. It's honestly solid. If you haven't tried it before, you're honestly sleeping on a really good shelfer.
Yeah, I agree. Our next bottle is your favorite, Chris. This is gonna be Ancient Age.
I've loved this one for a real long time. It's the same mash bill as Blanton's. It is only 80 proof, so some people might have a problem with that. But honestly, I've had people blind this against Blanton's, and most of the time they can't tell the difference. At $12 to $15, depending on your market, compared to the new MSRP for Blanton's, which is about $90. You could buy 4 of these and have the same fun that you would with one Blanton's, if not 4 times more.
And still technically allocated too.
Yeah, in some places this is like a single year drop, and then places will just kind of put it on the shelf as you go. But honestly, like if you want something low proof to start your night or something low proof to slide down at the end of the night, it's always a hidden gem for me.
So the next one has been a staple on our shelves for a long time. This is gonna be Michter's Unblended American Whiskey.
They're taking their Michter's 10 bourbon barrels, scraping out the inner char, charring again, and doing a second fill on that barrel. It's 83.4, so it's definitely not gonna blow out your palate early in the night, but because they're using the same heat cycling process for like 4 to 6 years, I think?
Yeah.
It ends up being like this really rich, like delicate, like almost cocktail, old-fashioned-y kind of vibe.
I would definitely say it's like a cocktail in a bottle. It has a nice like orange note. It has a little sweetness to it as well.
A little bit of a brown sugar undertone also. Yeah. I definitely get like some fruitiness to it that I really like. And honestly, if I'm feeling lazy and I want an old-fashioned but I don't want to make it, this is the one.
Yeah, it's so good. So the next one, I think people would be heartbroken if we didn't add this in.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just gonna be your standard Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, for some people, this is far from standard.
This was really hard to find on shelves for a long time.
Still is in some places.
Yeah.
So we just are fresh off of a seminar with Drew Mayville, and he told us that these are roughly about like 7 to 9 years still, regardless of all the production and high volume that they need to fulfill. It's honestly just solid. It's a staple. This is basically like your baseline tater bottle too. Prices vary greatly.
Oh yeah, we've seen this anywhere from like $24 to probably like $45 on shelves.
I've seen it a little higher than that too.
Man.
I remember there was one time back in the day we found this for like $19 and we freaked out. I don't know why we didn't buy like a case, honestly. But yeah, so really good, a lot of baking spice, a lot of complexity to it. It's a staple. It comes from one of the best producing, mostly awarded whiskey brands in the world. So, I mean, why not?
Yeah. So the next one is also going to come out of Buffalo Trace.
What?
Well, Sazerac. I'll take that back.
Do they make a lot of stuff?
Just a few bottles here and there.
Oh, that's news to me.
Yeah, not a lot. So this one is going to be the Blue Top Early Times. And I know a lot of people freak out and love the black top, but this one is just equally as good.
And the good news is it's still the old Early Time stock. It does still have the DSP number of 354 on it, so that means that you haven't seen the full transition to Barton stock yet, so you still get a little bit of that glory from the older days when this metal was plastic. So really solid buy. Price is gonna kind of range depending on what market you're in.
Yeah.
For us, it's roughly $30, which is still pretty affordable and approachable. 100 proof, really solid quality, a minimum of 4 years. It's solid. Some places have it highly allocated, like our state, which has it usually about 1 per person.
Yeah.
And then there are some states where we just see it overflowing on the shelf and you can just buy as many as you want.
And when we see that, we are always like, let's back it up. At least 1 bottle.
Yeah, we usually have 1 open and 1 full somewhere else behind the camera here. Since we've already talked about acquiring old stock, or in this case, old recipes from a previous brand, this brings up our favorite thing that we forgot that we enjoy.
When we were on our Kentucky trip, every store that we went into, they were like, hey, do you know the story behind David Nicholson?
This is a previous Stitzel-Weller brand that moved over to, I believe it's Diageo. So this is actually the old Pappy Van Winkle recipe. Same mash bill. This is roughly about 7 years from what I've been told. It is delicious. We just tried it before we started filming this to kind of, you know, refresh our memory of what does it taste like, how good is it. For $30 in our market,
it's a steal.
I mean, we've seen it as low as like 25.
Yeah.
It's 100 proof. Again, 7 years. We got notes of like chocolate, a little bit of cherry.
Yep.
What else? There was one other thing.
A little vanilla in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very velvety. It's honestly very complex.
I would put this toe to toe. If I wanted a replacement for like Weller Special Reserve, I would definitely put this in like the bracket.
Aim higher. I would say it's better than even that.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is honestly a really good value buy. I'm really glad that we remembered how good this is, and I'm really thankful to our friends over at Liquor Barn down in Louisville that gave us a taste of it again.
Definitely. The next bottle actually is a Chicago staple, but comes from Kentucky, which is going to be Jeppson's Bourbon. And this one is 100 proof. It's such an easy sipper. It's $20 on the shelf usually.
And it kind of varies.
Yeah.
We've seen it as low as 20 and we've seen it as high as 30, but this is Green River distillate. So some of what they're using is like the old OZ Tyler stock. They're roughly like 4 to 6 years for it. I don't know how many barrels they're using in the batch, but at 100 proof for like Green River distillate, that's a little bit older than their shelfer. It's a really good price.
It's such a good price.
I mean,
it's so easy to drink too.
We got this one at Woodman's for $20. And to get something that's that old for $20, I mean, the flavor on it's pretty amazing. I know a lot of people have their opinions about what Jeppson's is. You got to get over it. There's no Malort inside of the bottle.
No.
They're just bottling old stock from Green River. We got like marshmallowy notes.
A little like medicinal cherry and grape in there.
Yeah, it's honestly very solid. For this price point, if it's in your market and you're not getting it in this economy, are you kidding me?
In this economy, you need to get it.
And this next one here is also Green River distillate, but this time it's coming from Wheelhorse.
And 1 proof higher.
Almost the same price, honestly. So all the Wheelhorses are Green River distillate. They do a lot of cool expressions, like this one is a double oak. We have a store pick back here also. So honestly, they're super affordable right now. They're all going to be usually about 4 years. This one's 5 years, which is pretty amazing.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, for $35 for a 5-year whiskey that's double oaked, like you're not going to get a better deal than that.
No, absolutely not. And I think a lot of what they're doing as well is taking a really impressive amount of like secondary aging and then just making those flavors so well balanced.
Yeah, aging or finishing.
Yeah.
Like we've seen rum finish rye.
Oh my gosh, that
we've
one's
seen
so good.
the cigar blend with 2 different types of finishes on it. We've seen the double oak. We've seen another one that I can't even remember. It's honestly really impressive for a brand that doesn't have a huge thumbprint to make all of these secondary finishes and still keep them well under the price of most of their competition.
Yeah.
It's honestly pretty amazing. And I hope one day Green River takes a page out of their book and they do these finishes for themselves.
Yeah, they're so amazing. We've also tried really great store picks as well.
Yeah.
So this one is definitely not one that you want to sleep on. It is instantly a pickup for us every time.
I remember the other one. It was the toasted barrel.
Oh, the toasted barrel.
The toasted barrel's really good.
Yeah.
So not just one bottle in particular, literally all of the Wheelhorses are pretty damn good for the price point.
I agree.
Yeah, so if you see them in your market, do not hesitate. Grab it immediately.
So the next bottle is one that we both love, but is definitely a staple for me, which is going to be the 100 proof Old Forester. This one is so good as a cocktail. It's great as a straight sipper. It's so good. It's good to start your night. It's good to end your night.
Yeah, it's definitely got like a overtone of cherry. It has that classic, like, kind of brown Foreman, almost banana cherry-like flavor to it.
I love that.
And then, not to mention, it does have like a little bit of a medicinal quality to the finish. It definitely sticks around with you. And I think if you pair this against birthday bourbon,
Ooh.
I don't think it would win the fight, but I think it would go a couple rounds.
Yeah, I think it could get like a little higher up there as well.
Yeah, just a couple more proof points.
Yeah.
But that brings us to our next item, which is a staple for both of us, but I think I like this one a little bit more. The Cooper's Craft, this is going to be the 100 proof, and it has like a marshmallowy finish to it.
Yeah.
It's honestly pretty amazing. Its price point kind of varies.
It really does vary on market.
Yeah, we've seen it as low as $30 in Indiana. We've seen it like $35-ish in Kentucky and $40 here, which we don't love. But now that we can get it whenever we want, I mean, I might pay that convenience fee of an extra $5 to $10 if it means I don't have to drive to Indiana.
I would also say if you're a fan of Old Forester 1910, but you don't want to pay the price point of $55, like
$10 to $20 cheaper.
This is definitely a go-to. It's so good.
And our next bottle is a whiskey that we clearly didn't enjoy at all.
Yeah, it's disgusting. You can tell how much it's gone. It's just awful to drink.
This is phenomenal. The Cedar Ridge barrel proof, it's like $35 to $40 depending on where you are. A lot of transparency, honestly very surprising. They put the mash bill right on the back. It's 74% corn, 14% rye, and 12% malted barley, a blend of 3 to 4 year whiskeys. It's honestly way better than you would think looking at the label. I mean, we called this like substitute stag flavor.
Yeah.
It has a lot of that caramel kind of pepperiness that you want, but I think I said like banana Laffy Taffy.
I would say if you blended like a Old Forester and a stag together, that's the flavor profile that I would get.
Yeah, if you like 1920 from Old Forester, but you like most of like the stag, maybe like the B releases, where they're not huge extremes for the fruit flavor, you'll absolutely love this. I think that we're gonna have to pick another one up soon because this probably won't last the week with me.
It's so good. I agree. It's just an easy sipper. It still has that proof to it, but you know, for the price point, you can't beat it.
Yeah, and you can find it on a lot of shelves, which is honestly what makes it worthwhile to me.
Yeah. And for our last bottle, this one isn't going to be available in every market, but if you do see it, this is an instant pickup. This is going to be the JT Meleck, and this is the small batch version.
They are rice whiskey, for those of you who don't know what this is. And full disclaimer, we do not get this in our market. We have had to pull in a couple of favors a few times, and every time I know somebody who's going into that market, I'm like, please bring me one. Please grab one. Do you have space for 2? I'll take 2.
Some good friends bringing them back, and we're so grateful.
And subscribers. We appreciate you. This is phenomenal.
It's so good.
I think it's about $45, which is again kind of like the top end of our like value buy list. The back of the label is a little unhinged.
I love the back of the label. I think it's hilarious. If you have time to read it, it's like someone's fever dream.
Yeah, for sure. This is like a love letter from Louisiana and like a rice crop grower all the way to the bottle and the production. It is phenomenal. I think the only word that we can ever find to describe it is like a butterscotch bomb.
I always say it tastes like caramel popcorn.
Yeah, with like a little bit of like cake frosting too, which is very interesting. The mouthfeel on it is not as rich as a wheated whiskey, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, I would say it kind of drinks a little thinner, but I think that it has a really nice finish to it.
Yeah, and again, for something that's a little bit harder to find, I know it's not going to be in every market, but if you can find it, like as many as you can bring with you, that you can afford or carry wherever you're going.
How many you can get in your suitcase, whatever. Yeah. Like it's an instant pickup.
You need like a bandolier of these with like one on each notch of it, wherever you are returning home to.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are absolutely amazing. I hope that you really enjoyed our list of 12 value bottles that are worth picking up. We had a fun time making this.
We did.
It really challenged us to think about what are we going to be stocking on a regular basis or a semi-regular basis.
Yeah, and it reminded us of those bottles that we totally forgot about and were sleeping on for a long time.
Yeah, especially with the price of everything going up and some of these tater bottles either in such low production or they're just not accessible or bundle deals. It's always like a nickel and diming thing. So if you're looking for substitutes, other things to add to your collection, that maybe you don't reach for that Weller 12 as often, bourbon. Maybe you don't reach for that birthday bourbon as often. Anything to still scratch that same itch, but not make you feel it in your wallet. Let us know your thoughts below in the comments. Give the video a thumbs up, and if this is your first time here, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, why aren't you subscribing?
Yeah, subscribe to the channel.
Come on.
We like to do cool bourbon hunting videos. We do reviews every once in a while. We're gonna start making a lot more content like this, where we show you the things that should be on your radar and the things that we're not looking for anymore.
Yep.
But yeah, so we are Bonding Over Bourbon. I am Chris.
I'm Kat.
And we will catch you next time.
Bye.